two, one. The time is 11:09 p.m. on October 2nd, 2022. People of Earth, thank you for joining us. We are Ken Mide, and this is part two of 121 Puns. I'm Chris Kennard. I'm here with my brother from another mother, Aelor, aka the Living Abstraction, aka the Cosmic Abstraction, aka Aelor. Sir, what is going on with the "she took the kids, man" look that you have going on?
Yeah, okay. I gotta admit, so usually, I mean, to anyone who's like followed our past collaborations, like I usually tend to like I don't know, like my hair come correct or shave beforehand, but I don't know. Lately, like time has just not been on my side, and if I'm not like at work, I'm like trying to finish stuff with school, and it's like, look, I promise you guys, I will look better. I'll look better, but right now, but
Nah,
sorry,
babe. Nah,
tonight,
babe. The devil is a
like
lie. Get behind me, Satan. You look hot, okay?
I I can't even
It's
like okay,
babe. It's the fall. You're finna get cuffed. Let me just say
yeah.
that. All right.
Thank you, thank you, and hey,
Period. What you see is
to
what
the
you
women,
get.
to the women,
Ladies, he's
like,
single. He's got a nice job. He's got taste. Okay.
you
He
know,
listens to Doom.
and
He won't do you wrong. Period.
and we're about to delve more into the taste. I mean, what
You know why
taste
you're
and
here? Come on.
yeah, it's like for
It's
a
eleven
moment,
eleven.
like
Make a wish.
yeah, for a moment,
We trying to
I
get
wish,
shows.
yeah. Mhm.
Let me shut the hell up, bro.
But yeah,
Um,
yeah. But okay, but yes. So those who caught our last show, we were like whole lot of time on that.
two
I
hours and a
know that
half.
was out, yeah, and I was asking a lot of you guys would, but was gonna try to keep it compact, have that same analysis, but maybe lower the time a bit. But I'm really, really, really looking forward to talking about more stuff that we loved from 2021 that maybe some of you guys are not like aware of, but interestingly enough, to give the ball back to Chris, while this track, for reasons I will never know, was not the big hit of 2021 that it should have been. You
Whoa,
might
whoa,
be
whoa, whoa,
familiar with
whoa,
this.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Okay,
whoa, whoa. Slow your roll, dog. I don't know where you're going.
okay,
I don't have the GPS. It's funny you saying we're here to bring your attention to records you may have never heard. I would also like to I would also like to say that we're also here to remind you of songs that you may have heard but probably forgotten, because a
mhm,
lot of stuff comes out every single year, and I don't think a single person on this earth listens to everything that comes out.
mhm.
My own sister was like, "Oh, why do you?" No, it was my friend Precious, who was like, "Why do you keep looking for more stuff to listen to? And you've already clearly listened to a lot, and there's clearly a lot of things that I've forgotten." It's like trying to listen to everything is like trying to find the One Piece. If I can make an anime reference, also,
Have One
hello,
Piece.
hello, hi. Thank you, V, for joining us. Subtle Smiles in the building. You know what it is.
Yo, shout
Hold
out
on, let me do
V. I love.
V for victory. Period.
Indeed.
So like trying to listen to as many songs as possible is an impossible task. So that like should like streaming go away forever, right? Should the world end? The CDs that I've acquired are only gonna do so much. I'll probably listen to all of my CDs. Music gives me the good vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So like by like hoarding all the songs on my Spotify, I think I have like over like 9,000 songs liked. It's like at some point I have to go through that and comb through. It's like, wait, why is this here? Where did this come from? Where could I have found this? I save
Hmm.
so many sounds on TikTok because like I'm gonna want to come back to this at some point. I like so many videos because it's like, oh, they need the engagement, and I'm gonna scroll through these one day and I'm like, oh, what the heck is this? It's important, you know what I'm saying? It's significant. And just like what we're doing right here. I'm hoping to only do 5 songs tonight, just so we're getting over the hump, and then when we come back later this month, we'll do the last 8, and then we'll be done. I know we can be concise if we really try. I want to start
Yeah.
with our guest contributor, our special guest, Y2K Skater Boy. He brought up one of the, speaking of TikTok, one of the best just like sounds slash memes remixed by one Vano or Vano 3000. It's Running Away featuring Bad Bad Not Good and Sam from Future Islands. And like there's so many
Yes.
just like see, V knows what we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? Things get dusty.
Thank you.
Thankfully, files never get dusty. But like when you hear
Thankfully.
this song, it's like you can hear like the analog crackling. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of lo-fi producers go for that kind of, you know, like ambiance and like, you know, you hear like the Running Away record, you're thinking, oh, am I about to watch some Toonami? Am I on Adult Swim? Like, if not for the meme, like, because I know you know the sample. I didn't know the sample.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
played me the original track. You played me the original record that was sampled for this like remix. Like, when you hear "Running Away" by Vano 3000 and Friends, what comes to mind for you, sir?
Well, okay. Well, so obvious. So I think once again, shout out to vinyls, which I have a whole bunch of them over there. Which
Same. Hold up.
Is
shout out to Flume, baby.
Yo. But okay, so but yes, you're right about one thing. I was much aware of the original song that this samples with "Time Moves Slow" by Bad Bad Not Good, featuring the wonderful Sam, featuring the wonderful sample of Future Island. And that song, man, there's just so many things I could say about that song. I mean, I think Bad Bad Not Good have really been able to cultivate this lovely reputation for themselves in terms of the collaboration they've done with other artists, and and I'd say if it wasn't for this song, perhaps their best known collaboration would be that this one track they did with Denzel Curry. I think it's like "I Am the Master." I'm the Master.
They did a remake of Ultimate.
Yes, Ultimate with Denzel Curry, which is like absolutely amazing. And then there's the
Another great meme.
Yes, then which was also like I think it was like all around Facebook like back in 2018.
For sure.
Yeah,
2016, 2018.
Yeah. And then there was their production with Kali Uchis, Tyler the Creator, and funk legend grandmaster, the wonderful Mr. Collins, the Storm. So
that was their thing. I didn't know they produced that.
Yeah. That instrumental, it's Bad Bad Not Good. So like, so they had already been getting tons and tons of love. And I think what's great about Bad Bad Not Good is that much like how I'd spoken about like Kamasi Washington and Flying Lotus, people who have successfully been able to bring jazz into the 21st century and really have it appeal to young audiences now. And that's something I really felt was all over the original song "Time Moves Slow," which is this very mournful breakup song about a guy who dearly loved someone, but it didn't work out. They just didn't love him the way he loved them. And when you are dealing with that heartache and when you're having to live with that heartache, time moves slow. And I think, and I kind of assumed, and I guess like with the popularity that the song has, it has like millions of views on YouTube and Spotify. It's even in a PS4 game. It's called Dreams of something. I don't know. I did
not know this.
So with the popularity that song had, and this is kind of a mistake I make whenever something gets like millions and millions of views. I kind of assume that, okay, cool, now everyone on earth knows it. So it was the shock of my life when I played it for you and you were like, whoa, wait, that Adult Swim TikTok meme track was like originally this one. I was like, yeah. I thought you knew. It's like their best known song. It has like million, once again, millions and millions, like millions of views, and it's like, and
I was
so
not
I
aware of
so
it.
so yeah, so but and I guess that makes me all the more thankful for the Van 3000 running away sample. And and shout out to Van for actually crediting Bad Bad Not Good and Sam Fuller,
That part.
think so shout out to them for doing that. So, but okay, so I love Time Moves Slow. I think it's a song that, you know, I more or less very much relate to. But what do I feel about Van 3000's Running Away? I think it's a really solid song in its own right. I mean, it clearly owes a lot and builds up from, um, the bad bad not good sample, but I think it's really enjoyable. And I mean, though, I guess I kind of have a minor issue with some of the TikTok Adult Swim memes because, as someone who actually grew up on Adult Swim, it's like I'm not to gatekeep, but like Adult Swim was not giving y'all this kind of motivational advice, man. I'm like, come on, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I grew up on Adult Swim. They were not telling you to believe in yourself. They were giving you weird
Yes, Tom
non
was. Tom
sequiturs.
was
Like,
doing this.
okay,
Adult
okay,
Swim, no,
Tom.
but Tom
Okay, yeah.
was.
Okay, Tom was like, and shout out to Tom. Like Tom and I, we go back. I was on Tom, but like
Real, yeah.
but those Adult Swim non sequitur, they were telling you weird
Shit
stuff about
posting. They were shit
you
posting in
know,
real time.
yeah, exactly. So, but that aside, that aside, I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that all these kids on TikTok were able to like utilize this song and really kind of, even if the advice was maybe like out of reality, they did capture the vibe of Adult Swim. And I think it says a lot about the song, which already had that vibe intact. And if this is how a whole more people get introduced to bad bad not good, to Sam Fuller and Future Island, and yes. Oh yeah, yeah, and hey, Tom Tsunami. I mean, like, once again, because we go back. I mean, maybe we don't look as
Hand in
old as we
hand.
are. Yeah, maybe we don't look as old as we are, but like, we remember Tom. We
Black
remember
don't crack, baby.
yeah, yeah. We remember, we go back to like when Toonami was like, was weekly. No, was daily, man. That's how far we go. That's how far we go back, so our relationship might be a bit different than some of these kids, but hey, it's all good. It's all good.
You know she's
It's all
good.
good,
She's one of us.
but my good old pal, Skater Boy, also was cool enough to send me a message about why he likes this song, and he says,
Yes, I would love to have his perspective.
so he put three reasons, all numbers. He said, I like the sample "Time Moves Slow" by Bad Bad Not Good. I still want to learn how to sample songs, and you know what? And hey, I've had my minor experience with that. It takes a lot of work to really
It
get it
sounds
right,
hard.
but and by all means, I think producers who sample are some of the who sample really really well are some of the greatest musical wizards of all time. Madlib and Dilla and Pete Rock and DJ Premier, and I mean, once again, I go
Q-tip,
to hip hop. Yes, Q-tip. So those are
knowledge,
like exactly. So
Moe
those
Club,
are the
go on and on.
those are the guys on
Tamale Shop,
my well, I would say
Holy
Mount
Grail,
Rushmore, but yeah, Holy Grail, because forget Mount
Choppers of the
Rushmore,
Round Table.
you know. But yeah, so he loves to sample, and he would love to learn how to
Learn.
sample one day. And hey, never say never. It reminds me of Adult Swim bump during our childhood, and yeah. Once again, which is all the more reason why it fits so well with those TikToks, man. Hey.
Herman.
And three, he loves the phenomenal aesthetic, which indeed, indeed, indeed. And you know, and look, I'm always look, and hey, once again, true to me, I'm always going to prefer the original song. You know, bad, you know what, bad, bad, not good, and Sanford did, and you know, shout out to them, shout out to Future Islands, who we spoke very lovingly about in the last time. But hey, if a whole new generation got to discover that song off of this TikTok, then I say all the best, all the best. You know, like, hey, I don't gatekeep it like that.
The old hostess put it in the comments because not even I know that.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
spoil it. Keep it to yourself.
Okay,
Let them
okay.
do the googling.
Oh wait, are
Mide,
you talking
don't
about
no don't
the original host of? Because I remember
put it in the gosh darn comments.
Okay, okay, yeah,
Don't
yeah, yeah.
spoil this shit. Let them do some digging. Let them go through the
Okay,
dirt. Let
but
them go
yeah,
through the
yeah,
files.
yeah. But okay, but I've spoke. But hey, I've spoken a lot about my love for this, my love for the original. Because how what do you really like about Van 3000? And
First, I'd like to answer a question from the audience. How often do I surf the platform and hear about new records? Every day, and here's why. One, like I'm addicted to my phone, and two, because with all like the baggage one gets from a TikTok, I will say that their algorithm is quick to pick up on what you like to look at. And so like for instance, I think late last year there was a trend where some person's like, "Oh, to all musicians, please follow me, and I'll follow you back, so we can support one another." So a lot of people who love like this craft, no matter what instrument, they're following each other back. Producers, instrument players, singers, like backpackers like me, amateur reviewers. Like we all want to like just share stuff because I have like my as many playlists as I make. I tend to only utilize the one that Spotify pre-makes for me, the repeat, rewind, and the on repeat. And like
Mhm,
often those songs I'm always listening to again because I'm addicted to them. You know what I'm saying? Like
mhm.
there's this one artist from Japan. I'm gonna look up his name real quick because I don't want to mispronounce it. Fujikaze. And my homeboy from Europe is like, bro, check out this song. And like I'm gonna read I mentioned it during the last episode of The Catter and the Canard, but like the
Yeah,
lyrics kind of messed me up when I got the translation because it says it says the chorus is like, I want you to be my last. If I had to be separate, if I had to keep being separated from you like this, I'd rather die. I choose you over 3 meals a day. If I had to keep being separated from you like this, I'd rather die. And I'm like, bro, what? This man's down bad. And like, if you try to like look up the song on Spotify, you're just gonna get like the characters. But I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write it down because I'm not gonna try and mispronounce it because I've tried it like 3 times and I can't get the pronunciation down, and it is killing me. Hold on. And yes, very sappy. So again, the
indeed.
artist, um, Fuji Kaze, and the song is this.
Hmm,
I'm not even going to attempt to like pronounce that incorrectly because it's embarrassing for me. I feel ashamed that I don't know how to say it right. But if you can't look up that romanticization on Spotify, it looks like that. Hold up real quick. Boom. And like this
Yeah.
doesn't that look this nice? Isn't that just like just I just love to look at
I,
these characters and
I
things like
to
that.
yeah, to Spotify's credit, like with like a lot of like with a lot of like native stuff, they do like make sure to like put it in its original like native like native type in and
That's
so and all of that.
brutal. That's
Yeah.
brutal.
Wow. That's the actual name of man.
And
Jeez.
like the performance of the song, like homeboy is in like this I think he's at a stadium with the band and they're like banging this song out and there's like this orange lighting around them and like he's singing like da 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 and then like but towards like the back of the song he pitches like he changes like the he brings the pitch up and it's like it has a really like bouncy 808 beat and I'm just like Like I know I'm gonna listen to this song every day for like the next. That's usually a thing. Like if you like hook me in, I'll listen to your song for like a week straight. And like thank you so much because I really appreciate that.
Much appreciated.
Um, I and Homeboy's not even on the list, but like it's things like that will happen where like oh wow like just a gem from another country just falls into my lap. Like I gotta pass this out to like 13 of my friends. I was that person in high in like when I was younger where I hear a song I really like, I feel passionate for. I pretend I accidentally send people a song like, oops, didn't mean to send this to you. I was trying to send it to somebody else, but you'll like it too if you want. And nobody ever
Yeah,
gets back to me when I do that. But it's like,
yeah.
you've got to like it's like you've got to hear this, you know. It's and one thing you'll see on TikTok a lot, and it's like a big meme. It's like, oh, excuse me, what are you listening to? When you like see
Mhm,
people like with like their headphones or earbuds, and that can
mhm,
backfire in so many ways. But I'm praying because I live in a city. I'm hoping
mhm.
some guy just trying to like get clout on the internet talks to me because like I'm gonna tell him the song and then I'm gonna like try and like drag him into a conversation about records and things like that, kind of like we're doing now. So
Eh,
with one song down, thank you to Y2K Skater Boy. We
mhm.
have at least four more to get into. Let's throw the ball right back. I know I'm Aelor wanted to pass the ball to me. I want to go a little. I want to go late. I want to go later. We have to get
Okay.
to your fifth song because I'm gonna at least give you two. Let's talk about Joyride by Dougie Stew, remixed by Jeff Parker. Um, if you if you were and you don't count V because like I think I made V2 because I know V in real life, right? And so I made
Mhm.
V2. V runs her own business. You know what I'm saying? Busy as a little bee. So I know we're gonna talk on the phone, right? And we'll talk about records then. You know what I'm saying? Because if like I'm often giving Aelor his flowers about the things that like he listens to I never heard of before. Oh, with V, it's I would say it's even worse only because like they have the benefit of just like more international music that like you and I would not be privy to and things like
Mm,
that. So it's
okay.
like I don't take it personally because I know that like Vina will have actual conversations. It's with like the homies that I don't see. It's with like the homies that like I'll see at work. We're like we'll talk about like 'cause I'll make coworkers playlists and I'm like, oh like here it is. Please get back to me about what you think about it. And usually it's thanks, I like it. And it's like, no. I'm not surprised that you like it. What don't you like? What don't you like? Because that's where the real conversation lies. It's like, hold on, you don't like scary kids scaring kids? Why not? That's when the real like that's when like that's the tea I really want to drink. You smell me? But I digress. Let me shut up for like 2 minutes. Dougie Stew, Jeff Parker. Let's go on a joyride. Where did you find this?
Oh, okay. So I was in interesting situation because I discovered it through Jeff Parker, who is this very like he's done a really interesting job in like kind of like bringing once again much like Bad Bad Not Good, bringing jazz and soul into the 21st century. And actually, my first real, he had done his another brilliant track last year. He did a cover. Him and some other artist who sadly her name escapes me. They did a very brilliant cover of David Bowie's "Soul Love," which to those who remember to those who's listened to the famous rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust, "Soul Love" is in is a pretty standout track. But honestly, I think I kind of prefer their cover because they just really kind of like they very much they very much take seriously the soul influence to it, but they just like really take it to this very interesting stratosphere. So I was actually more familiar
E.
with
Parker and the
Jeff
New
Parker.
Breed.
Yes. Thank you. And so, but the interesting thing, so that was how I first came into it because I was very interested in this Jeff Parker guy. But interesting thing is that apparently Parker and Dougie Stew they go like way back because I think Dougie
Hmm.
Stew he was originally originally he came up from Chicago, and that's when him and Jeff really kind of like met up back in the day. So they've been like cool for like a while. And Dougie, yo, man, Dougie, man, Dougie's a cat who is very, because in our last in our last video, I talk about genre fusion and how much I think genre fusion's lovely, and how much I really think it's great when you can fuse genres in a way that feels so organic that you kind of can't tell when one element is that or the other. And Dougie Sue is just so much of that, because by all means, he is a jazz guitarist. And if you listen to the original version of Joyride, it's very much a hyped up jazz guitar track, and he is just wailing on that guitar like it's beautiful. But there's really just something amazing about like what Jeff Parker brings through remixing it. It's like, it's jazz. The drums are very hip hop, and yet there is this incredible psychedelic element to it that I can't even tell if it's intentional or not, but it's there. It's there, and it's just. And my relationship with psychedelia, that's like I consider psychedelia one of the greatest innovations in music to ever happen as well. So to be able to so brilliantly combine that with jazz, and also kind of give it this hip hop element, it's like it's something that it feels like it's not trying to be, but it feels like it could possibly be for everyone. I would love it if like a track like this could be played on like urban contemporary radio or on indie radio and stuff like that, because it's amazing when something feels so of itself, and yet it feels like it could like really be for so many, like it could be for so many other people if people just gave it a chance. But yeah, Dougie Stew, he just absolutely brilliant, talented, imaginative artist. And I'm really thankful that he has someone like Jeff Parker, who really kind of understands what he's going for, and also is able to take it to a whole new stratosphere. Like, and the original version is fine. And once again, Dougie is really, really wailing on the guitar in the original version, but there's just something so captivating about the remix, and how it's like, and how once yeah, yes, there are the drums, but also the breaks, the kind of synthesized breaks, and how once again how it just all truly coalesce together in a way that it's incredibly difficult to not be impressed by. What did you like about it? What did you like about it?
Just for viewer specifically requested,
Mhm,
for the record, we're talking about the song Joyride by Dougie Stew, specifically the Jeff Parker remix. It's
mhm,
quick 3 minute song. It's instrumental, jazz, hip hop. And V also brought up the artist Green T Peng. And
mhm.
I think phenomenal artist that's kind of in this vein. I highly recommend the record Nah It Ain't the Same. So shout out to the UK, you know.
Mhm.
I think so in regards to music like Joyride, instrumental music, that because one station you mentioned, oh, you wish how this song could get radio play. Instrumental music is a really tough sell, and like that's why there's only like two like radio like genres that maintain instrumental music. It's classical radio and smooth jazz 105.9,
I have
and like
not been to that station in eons. I
let
wanted
you know
to. I hope it still exists.
every black child has been in the car with their mom when they fucking put
Yes,
on that goddamn station. And I kind of
indeed.
for me, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like malaise. Like
Mm,
it, it wasn't really for me as a kid at the time. But like as I've gotten older, I think once like I hit eighth grade, instrumental music and me, it finally like clicked. And
mhm,
so without like having a cosign for instrumental music, it's difficult to like sell it to people who don't want to give it a chance. I think of a band like Polyphia that like does a great job of selling people on, oh, instrumental music is fucking cool, you know, because like the videos are so striking and like they're doing lots of like neat things with the guitar and the drums. And so like you hear their songs and it's like, oh, they can't pull that off. And so the song does the numbers that it does, and they like pull up like they show themselves in the studio doing the licks, and it's like, yo, we really do this shit. Don't play with us. We know we're flexing on you, host. Don't get offended. And like, you know, bands like Chon or Arch Echo, or even like Liquid Tension Experiment, like in like the progressive scene. It's just like, yeah, I would love to play songs like this. Like I think of the act Brass Tacks, or I think Brass Tracks,
Yes,
who
yeah,
did the
yeah.
production for
Absolutely love those people.
No Problem and All Night for Chance the Rapper, and like their
Hmm.
covers of Lil Uzi Vert, Drake, Mariah Carey. It's like
Hmm.
you can make instrumental music compelling, but like things have to be flying off the wall sometimes. But if you know the right venue to drop like a Jeff Parker record, it's like even if you're not part of the conversation, you're holding it in your hands because it exists in this space that you created as the tone setter for the event. And
Hmm.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's move right back on down to my part of the playlist. I think it's finally
Yes,
time to talk about Tinashe. It's finally time. Where
it's big
it's
time.
time to start bouncing. You know what I'm saying? It's time to start bouncing. like
Bouncing indeed.
like oh Tinashe, oh Tinashe, how I have worshipped at your altar for all these years. I remember working at the FY. I always tell this freaking story how I worked
Hmm.
at the FYE for a time of my life, and Two On by Tinashe and Schoolboy Q comes out, and you see some like, you know, beautiful black woman. She's singing, she's dancing, dancing,
Hmm.
dancing, dancing, and it's like, whoa. And I'm thinking like, who was like the last R&B girly to really be out here dancing and singing like Tinashe is doing? And like later on, I think that year, I got her first album, Aquarius, for free on Google Play. Granted, it was the clean version, but I don't think that was the album for me. And so I'm thinking, here's Tinashe. She can do all this cool stuff. We haven't seen an artist like Tinashe since freaking Rihanna, if we're keeping it real
Yes,
here.
we are.
And so I'm
Yeah.
like, cool, like we need to give her the best shit possible because we need more singers and dancers out here. It's not easy to like dance the way Tinashe does and be singing the way that she does. It's a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's
I
because
mean,
like I feel like, and honestly, I felt like when I watched Tinashe perform, it's like this is what like all the K-pop idol groups are doing, all this intensive singing and dancing. And like not only is
mhm.
like is there singing and dancing, the songs are compelling. And so I'm like, where are the compelling records? And Tinashe has a shit ton of music out. But like I feel that I was missing the connection. And then I didn't have a connection again to like her work until Flame came out, which I think was just like her like broaching the top 40 like part of music. Like my partner likes her song with Britney Spears, Slumber Party, but I felt like it was again just not the song for me. I felt a little cheesy, you know, maybe a little too
Mhm.
titillating for me personally, but just like when I heard Flame, I'm like, oh, this is that right amount of cheese for me. And so I'm tweeting about, yo, Flame is a good record. And one of my younger homies is like, Tinashe hates that fucking song. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I can't have this. I can't like I don't want the machine to be like, here's a good song, Tinashe. Why don't you sing this
Yeah,
song and get famous?
yeah, because
No, the artist has to like the freaking song. The
yeah,
artist
because like
has to like the song.
yeah, because
Jesus
like
Christ.
didn't her label force her to do a track with Chris Brown or something? And even she
Party
was like in
favors?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And even she was like in interviews kind of being sneaky about it, but she was like, no, the label made me do it. And I was like, dang, yo, man, what up? Damn man, yo man, what yo man, label, why y'all mistreating this lady? Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like let her let her spread her wings and fly, man, yo.
Me
And I guess she kind of did because this is independent, you know. This track's
and
independent, right?
hold on. BS.
Yeah.
I cry BS on you can tell when they don't like the song.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you why I don't agree with that.
Uh-huh.
You have to really be like tapped in with an artist to know what they do and do not like. And
Hmm.
oftentimes consumers like me hear the record and keep it pushing. not a lot of people like your average Joe or Jane isn't gonna like tap into a fandom. I bring up the K-pop thing again, where like I've listened to the genre for a decade. I'm not in any official fandom. I don't participate in that kind of stuff. It's a lot of work,
Hmm.
frankly. Being in fandom is work, and I don't like work. I like the easy part is listening to the record, and if you like it, you hang on to that record. This is why I feel like people, artists who get canceled or who are problematic, get to skate by doing bad shit because people don't pay attention unless you're really tapped in. That's why we have a fandom for like a Nicki Minaj or a Beyonce that are militant when it comes to defending their faves, whether that be good or bad.
Yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah,
artists
yeah.
can't
Like,
fake it, and sure, I will concede to the fact that some artists have really bad poker faces, but I'm really bad at poker, so I wouldn't be able to tell if someone's like, I don't really like this song, unless someone told me, unless someone's like, say, a Billy Joel, who at this point in his career hates most of his shit. Like one of
yeah,
I
yeah. Like I know that man does not like "We Started a Fire,"
I
which
like We Didn't Start the Fire. I like that song.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I know it's like
Believe you.
it's become
I
like a
believe you.
meme now. It's become like a meme now, but it's like,
Sean Faye
but
Wolf has a great parody version of We Didn't Start the Fire,
yeah,
but that is neither
but
here nor there.
yeah, yeah, but if ever you wanted, but if ever there was like a song that did a really brilliant job of like coming, I mean, and yeah, I know we give baby boomers a lot of crap for how much they romanticize, that the time of that
Are
era
you
of
still
their
talking about Billy
lives,
Joel? Bro, hush.
you know. But he did well. He did well. But yeah, but yeah, this ain't 1989. This ain't 1989 though. For the record, I Go Into Extremes is a beautiful song. But yeah, this thing about that, this is about Tinashe and Bouncing, which is
Oh,
just
I want to finish something
uh-huh.
Tinashe real quick. It's like
Uh-huh.
so 2-1 comes out. It doesn't pop the way the label thinks it's gonna pop. It at least
Hmm.
puts her in front of my face, and I'm like, I don't know where that would have heard. I don't know where I would have heard of Tinashe if not working at the CD store, if not for Google Play, because I was not hearing her shit on radio. It wasn't trending
Hmm.
like that for me personally, right? And
Hmm.
she drops a shit ton of music. Like she's out here just trying to like have that one record that like people can't deny is good. And to be honest with you, I still think she does not have it. She did Drop That Kitty Down Low with Charlie XCX and Ty Dolla Sign. She did
Awesome song, by the way.
like that song. I hate that song. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's that era of Charlie that like is still doing boom clap and break the rules, which I really don't like. So maybe I'm just being a blowhard, but my thing about Ty Dolla Sign,
Uh,
who's a super super fucking talented person,
I
they
know,
they they
right?
keep putting him in shit he has no business being on. You know what I'm saying? I
Uh,
need more ego death Ty Dolla Sign and more trying to get saved. She ain't gonna save me. Or the one he does a baby face, that kind of shit. That's
uh,
more the title sign I need. Or like his collaboration with like Kendrick and Brandy. That's the shit that I need from Ty Dolla Sign.
yeah, too.
But I don't want like the whole like Fifth Harmony Ty Dolla Sign. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
it was only right, that it was only right. Oh, it's only
Send me that
right.
fucking record. 'Cause I don't know that record
It's
either.
like, yeah,
Less that,
okay.
or I don't need that or nah Ty Dolla Sign. I don't need that hot girl summer Ty Dolla Sign because it's like, babe, what is a non-hot girl doing on a record called Hot Girl Summer? Babe, get the funk out of here. I'm trying to listen to this Megan verse. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
digress. I
yeah,
digress.
yeah, yeah,
There's a
yeah.
reason why he's not on this
We can,
list. No
yeah,
shade.
we
Like
yeah.
an industry titan, I need more of that. Like all I need featuring Jacob Collier and Mahalia, Ty Dolla Sign. That's the shit I
Mhm.
actually need. And what I actually
Uh,
need is more motherfucking Tinashe. Because I sidetracked myself again.
nah,
So
keep going.
um he puts on a shit ton of work. None of it's like connecting with the public. I don't even know why I listened to this particular record, Bouncing. I don't know why. Why was I compelled to listen to this? Like you see Tinashe, you know what she's giving. You see
Yeah,
what she's
yeah,
working
yeah.
with. And
She's
so it's like I'm gonna see what's going on here. I'm gonna have me a gander. And so I hear the production and like I hear like that catchy hook And I'm
Do,
like,
do, do,
huh,
do, do,
this
do,
is
do,
this
do.
is getting stuck in my head. And so before you know it, it's in my on repeat. And I'm just like, I really, really like this. It's like it almost feels kind of like hyper pop esque. If I'm
Yes.
not,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what, take the floor from me because I'm talking too much. Like you hear
And
bouncing, and
yeah, and
how'd you heard it before I played it for you? That's what I really want to know.
no,
Did you come to it
actually,
on your
okay.
own?
I'm going to be honest. It was through you, man. It was through you because, like, I think I'm not saying. Look, look. Okay, I'm saying like Tanashi. She's gonna have to reach out to you, and she's gonna have to reach out to you for help and promote her work, man. Because like I got I gotta keep it real, and it's not shade to not shade. Come on, come on. I got love for 2 on, 2014, 2014, summer and all that. But it's like, but cats don't be rocking with Tanashi. Like I don't know why. I don't know
They
why.
don't.
I don't know why. But but really, if you want like solid pop made for the dance floor, then this is it, man. This is it.
Send us that
This is
record.
it. And it's the kind of track that is so ready made for the dance floor, and yet it doesn't feel cynical about it. Like, I mean, you can tell when like certain cats like try to be like, oh hey, here's the next big club banger, and it's just man, I don't want to get too I don't want to get too shady, but it's just so factory made. But I
Hmm.
think what's so amazing about Tinashe is that you always feel her energy. You always feel like the passion she's kind of trying to cultivate, or just overall the coolness vibe, which I think she does it so natural. It does so naturally, and I think it's lovely that she's not on any more whack record labels anymore, and she's now I believe this was released independently. I mean, and hey, bet on, you know, go bet on yourself, because you're definitely gonna understand this stuff better than these whack labels that
These
are.
stuffy
Uh,
suits.
yeah, exactly, and yeah, I think tonight and the video's pretty simple, but
It's really
hey,
great.
it's
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 really
dan-
great.
it's bounce, it's songs called bouncing, and that's what the ladies are doing in the video. They are bouncing, and
Out of
I
trampolines.
feel that I feel that passion, man. And I think Tinashe, I mean, okay, and much like another artist who is also on your list, she was so ready made to be like the
Fucking
next great big.
star.
Yeah, good. Not just on the R&B front, like in pop music in general, man.
Across the
You know,
fucking board. I know who you're talking
and
about.
and it's frustrating. It's frustrating that like and I don't want to say that there aren't any black. Obviously, they're black pop stars, obviously, but we need more, man.
Need
We need more,
more.
man. Yeah, we need way more. And I gotta. But hey, like Tanache. I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real. In my granted, I know I'm more on my backpack hipster side, but I know quality when I hear it. And Tanache, she constantly brings it, man. I can't. I'm not gonna front, man. She is absolutely, what. Not forget the R&B world, just what the pop world needs right now. What the pop world needs right now in terms of like, hey, yo, to everyone, to the girls. I mean, I don't know if I should say to the girls and gays because I'm
Say to the
neither.
girls and gays. Say to the girls
Yeah,
and
yeah,
gays.
yeah. So to the girls and the gays, man, y'all want your club,
And
y'all want
no,
your
and like,
club
see, they're
bangers and
tapped
stuff like
in.
that.
They're tapped in. That's the problem. I think I cracked it. The girls and gays
Okay.
are always tapped
Mhm.
in across across genres, across fandoms. The girls and gays
Mhm.
are always there first. But like, who's
Cool.
always in the fucking way? These men, people like you and me.
Mhm.
We're always in the way because we take up most of the space and we're ignorant. We don't pay attention to those. Like, it's like we're giants and all like the humans are like, wait, don't step on me, and we'll step on them by accident or on purpose. So
Mhm.
we know what it is. If anything's like, yo, boys, tap the fuck in. Like, what the fuck are y'all listening to? Like, freaking like, I don't know, like the chain smokers. Stop that shit. Listen to some good music.
Why will y'all?
Listen, listen.
Dog, I was
Let
man.
me say this.
Yeah,
Let
I
me say
had
this,
to.
and I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Let me say this. I'm gonna shut the
Yeah,
fuck up because I have two things to say.
yeah.
I'll pass the ball. I'll pass the ball back to you.
Hmm.
One, this song was produced by D. Willie, David Bradley Wilson. I'm like, who the hell is that? You look on to Genius, you see a bit of like his more popular songs, which include but are not limited to. He did production for Wavy, like the Chinese pop group. He's done
Hmm.
production for NCT Dream from SM Entertainment. He's
Hmm.
done production for Swayco, another like TikTok star, and
Hmm.
for Young Gravy. That damn gravy, you so vicious. He produced that record. He cleared the
Yeah.
motherfucking Rick Astley sample. Well, Rick Astley cleared the sample, but like
Oh,
another great, I guess another great producer, D. Willie, like the sample chopper, like so
yeah.
that I guess that's where this sound is coming from. It's like off the beaten path. It's
Hmm.
weird. It's interesting. It's fun. It's cool. And
Hmm.
also, I want to say, and I'll move on. Just know that like Tinashe has worked with a lot of really interesting people. ASAP Rocky, Schoolboy Q, Chris Breezy, and fucking Drake. They did a record together, and I didn't hear it anywhere. So again, somebody's in the fucking way, and they need to move out the way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh yeah,
Shout out to Grace
and also
Jones.
yeah. Also, my only comment on Young Gravy. R.I.P. R.I.P. Princess Diana. You would have loved Young Gravy. By the way, if you know, you know. Just, but yeah, but hey, it's an absolute quality banger of a track, and like, come on, yeah, okay. I mean, I know two on's okay. In 2 years' time, two on is going to be 10 on, but look, there's still time.
Weird.
There's still time, people. There's still time, people. Give this woman her flowers, please. Please. I mean, it's great that we're showing her love, but it has to be more than us, Like it
Has to
has
be
to be
more
more
men.
than us.
Period.
Yeah. More men in general. More men in general.
So
Please.
let's take it back to track number 6 in the playlist, "Little Things" by Big Thief. I want to talk first just for a little bit and let you take the
Hmm.
floor. For if you're like in the indie world, the hipster world, the backpacker world, you may know Big Thief for their seminal song "Paul" off the release Masterpieces from 2016. It's a very
Hmm.
beautiful song. And then I think late last year I heard the song Simulation Swarm and I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. And like hearing this song, it's like this is what I love about this that fuzzy indie sound. I love that little scream the vocalist does, like in the
Hmm.
when like the band gets grooving. And quick side tangent, I appreciate they were doing a tour, Big Thief, where they were like playing shows where each of the members in their hometowns, and one of their members is from Israel, and they were going to play a show there. And the international community was like, "Hey, yo, I don't think y'all should play there, considering just like the tension between Palestine and Israel." And just for the record, for anybody listening, this podcast is pro-Palestine, and so they're like,
Always confirm it.
they were shaky about playing there, and then changed their mind. And I appreciate like this is what I want from artists. This is what I want from bands. This is what I want from singers. This is what I want from producers. This is what I want from DJs. If there is a problem presented to you, you don't have to just like you can feel the way you feel, but if you don't say anything, like people are gonna get upset. Pierce the veil, a day to remember. But like say,
Hmm.
hey, we know that like this decision is not agreed upon by everybody, but it's something we want to do. And then sometime later saying, hey, we thought about it, we changed our mind. That's all that I want when people are presented with things that make them uncomfortable.
Hmm.
Hear the people out and like say something about what's being said. And then like after like sitting with it, come back to people. Like say, hey, it's been a year. Here's what's happened since we said what we said. You are always allowed to change your mind. after learning more information. And I don't think
Absolutely.
people understand this across the fucking board.
I
Like you
mhm.
brought up personally in our group chat how like Tom York from Radiohead is outstandingly outspoken about like the government's role in the UK in regards to the environment. It like
Yes.
and if you know Tom York, that's a very like shy introverted dude, and
Mhm.
like the rage, you don't think rage just comes out of the man at all ever, you know what I'm saying, considering all that he's been through his career and personally. And just for him to just like, you know, drop a quick quote tweet. He doesn't tweet at all, but like the fact he dropped that quote tweet when good old King was like, oh, I'm not going to this environmental event
Yeah.
due to the advice of my prime minister. It's like, son, like look at your guy, Radiohead fans. Look at Tom saying something significant to what's happening in the world. Like there's a like Radiohead fans, like I'm sure they're up their own assholes with like all the great songs Radiohead has done, but like
Mhm.
behold, here's your king giving shade to the actual king, saying, fuck this. We have to protect the planet we live on. And so for Big Thief to say it's not appropriate for us to play at this particular location, given just like the fucked up things they're engaged in, it's not a lot, but the bar is in hell. So thank you, Big
Yeah.
Thief, for having a freaking soul.
Yeah.
So what does this song, Little Things by Big Thief, do to your soul, Aelor?
Oh, thank you well, first of all, thank you for thank you for asking that question. B, thank you for, this very this very passionate view you had. You said about Big Thief and Israel, which I actually was going to mention, but honestly, I think you said you said it way better than I could have. And for and for I know that as the saying goes, the bar is in hell. But this is my response to when we say the bar is in hell. And hey, feel free to feel free, anyone listening, feel free to rip me off. I say the bar is in hell, but so is our reality. So that's my go-to response whenever we're in those situations. But okay, so I know with this song I'm technically cheating because the album it's from, Dragon New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You, actually came out this year. It came out this February. But
It
if you
came out as
go
a
to the
single. It came out as a
yes,
single.
but as a single and the YouTube video, it came out in 2021. So, and that's when which is when I found it out and when I fell in love with it. So still counts, people. And the interesting thing about Dragon New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You, which I think should be in everyone's album of. I definitely believe it's an album of the year contender, and
Oh wow.
I think it's also really neat that I think it's really neat that when this album came out, I mean, like the amount of people who are willing to co-sign with it, like literally within weeks they were on Late Show with Stephen Colbert, I believe the Tonight Show. And okay, and yes, I know we slandered this man to oblivion, and I am not going to stop you from doing that. But Late Show with James Corden, so like
Fuck that
so,
guy.
so folks wanted to like co-sign it. Folks wanted to co-sign it. And literally around that same time, I the bands even did an okay, well, not the entire band, but like there was an interview, like, well, for the bands doing an interview with Fantano and all that stuff. So like
Ooh.
folks noticed like this album when it came out. Folks noticed how quality it was. And I think Little Dance and so much of this album, Simulation Swarm,
Oh, such a good song.
which I'm very much looking forward to like talking about when we talk about the best of 2022, because which is just absolute which I think is absolutely.
Stay
But
tuned next year.
yes, but Miss Linker, who has gone through so much and has poured it into this album, which I believe she had an engagement that unfortunately
Oh, got
fell through.
broken
And
off.
I'm not saying this is inspired by it. I'm not going to dig deep into I'm not going to speculate on her life when I am in
Certainly
a
not. Yeah.
in a complete place of ignorance. But this is a song. Yes, it's very I guess true to form with some of the stuff I pick. It's very much it's very much a breakup song, but it really is just it's it's a song that about having to recognize that in spite of the things you love about someone and how much you love their presence, at the same time, there are just so many things that you can't reconcile with. And it's and it becomes clear that despite the great moments you guys have, they do not value you as a person. And and that is just, man, and Miss Lenker, she really just pours so much of her soul into pours so much of her soul into that. And hey, the little things I like about you, how you say what you do. And maybe I'm a little bit obsessed, maybe you do use me. And I mean, I think I mean break love songs, breakup songs, they're gonna exist. They're gonna exist until this earth is like
Until there are no more
no
human
more.
beings.
But there is something about there's something about a song about having to reconcile the very difficult fact that you love someone who does not appreciate you. You love someone who like maybe they enjoy your presence, but they don't really get where you're coming from, where in those vulnerable moments, they're not really as understanding as they can be. And and I think I think we as people, we've had to deal with a lot of those moments where a lot of those moments where we've had to kind of deal with constantly kind of picking up the pieces of people just not even maliciously, but people just not understanding how their actions hurt us, or they do understand, but but it's kind of just like, okay, but okay, don't take it so personally and stuff. But you do take these things personally. And
The love
you
will
know,
do.
and exactly. And you end up in those situations where it's like you have, you gotta be the person who packs it all up and goes back, goes and do what you do. And they're just kind of like they're just kind of like now living in the same planet as you. And I think like this. I think once again, this Lenker, she's written an absolutely brilliant song about dealing with that difficulty, because it would be so easy to just be like, I don't know, like, geez, what did I ever see in you? Oh, you suck, you completely suck. And as soon as we break
Yeah.
up, I'm gonna glow up, and you're gonna like just be in an alley somewhere. But it's way more difficult to comprehend that, okay, that you love someone who just doesn't appreciate you. You love someone who just doesn't appreciate you as a human being. And and it's amazing how, like, and you could argue, well, how do you end up in a situation like that? Well, it's way more easier than you think. And I guess it's a product of the stuff we have to work out with ourselves as human beings. And I don't know, it's just the very, very complicated relationship of like knowing you deserve more out of relationships, out of the love you ask for people to give you. But then at the same time, it just feeling as if like you deserve more, but you don't know if you're ever really going to get it. And that's why it's so easy to get stuck in these situations, and why it is all the more painful when you have to like break free of that. And I think that's why this song's so brilliant, man. you know yeah.
So, in the back half of the song, the lyrics read, New York City is a crowded place. I still lose sight of every other face. And I think it's a really cool couplet. And
Hmm.
we talked about how Fantano interviewed lead vocalist Adrian Lenker
Hmm.
earlier this year, I think. And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
gave
yeah.
the album This Is From that came out this year a 9 out of 10. And we know
Hmm.
how much of a blowhard Fantano is, love or hate.
I
Like
Funny enough,
it's
I don't think he even liked the song. I don't even know if he liked this. I think this was one of his least favorite songs, and it's just, once
imagine,
again, I have a complicated relationship
imagine.
with that man.
So do I, as do I. Imagine it's like you give a band a 9 out of 10 album rating, and the one song that like you don't like is the one you like the most and ends up on your personal list. That's
Hmm.
just how wonderfully complex music can be. And let me tell y'all something. If the one in your life that you love is treating you the way that you do need to be treated, do me a favor and show them the wild side. The last song we are going to talk about tonight, one of the song that I was referring to earlier, in that like we want to remind you folks that like for about maybe a week, this song was all we could talk about. Enter Normani of Fifth Harmony fame. Like, I think honestly, she only has 3 records, but with Tinashe,
Hmm.
black, singing, dancing, she's giving the world a lot. And
Yeah.
we have Normani, and not for nothing, has given the world of music a fair amount of music, but had to
Hmm.
share it with 4 other people, right? But
Hmm.
as a solo artist, only given us 3. And well, maybe 4, five,
Cause yeah,
five. Because
yeah,
like, there's hold on, I'm gonna make sure I get this right. I'm gonna pull
yeah,
her records up real quick because I'm
and
thinking 5. Because I'm thinking
yeah.
Motivation comes out, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we get Wild Side, and then we get Fair. But before we get Wild Side, we get Dancing with a Stranger with Sam Smith. That song is played fucking everywhere. And we get Love Lies with um what's
Khalid,
that? What's
Khalid,
called
Khalid.
Khalid.
Yeah, yeah.
And like
Khalid, Khalid.
I wish I liked that song. It doesn't really do nothing for me personally.
Yeah.
But then here's the real fucking kicker. Here's the real fucking kicker. We're here to talk about uh Wild Side, but who just did a record together but fucking Tinashe and Normani, because of freaking Calvin Harris with his funk releases that he's been doing recently. And I'm not
Uh,
gonna sit here and act like I didn't like the first album, because he gave us Slide with Migos and Frank, which I
mhm.
like, and he gave us Feels with Katy Perry, Big Sean, and Pharrell, which again I like, but my relationship with those 3 artists is super complicated if we're being honest here. So I
Yeah.
kind of hate how it's so funny. We're like, oh, men need to get out of the way of Tinashe so the world gets to appreciate what she brings to the table. Calvin Harris is like, okay, I'm putting her on my record. It's like, I just want her to be on her own shit. Like it's like Calvin Harris's relationship to Rihanna. Like, because We Found Love and This Is What You Came For are records
Mhm.
that I love, but like simply because like it's a Calvin Harris record, it's gonna get played everywhere, and then I'm gonna fucking hate it. And I'll tell you something right now, even though like it's cool to see a Tinashe, a Normani, and a Calvin Harris putting out a record together, Offset is also there. And
Offset.
pushing that entirely to the side, I still haven't heard this record yet anywhere. And now the summer is over. The novelty is passed over. Like, I don't go to the club. I don't go to the nightclub. I went to the club one time since I moved here. I'm awkward. I'm stiff. I don't drink or smoke. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all do this shit. And then it's like, and you know, I'm only getting paid in abundance to be in the studio and like these royalties and such. But nah, like I need to, when I say Tinashe's name, when I say Normani's name, I don't want people to be confused about who the fuck I'm talking about. And like, you know, and like you're talking to black folks, you know who the fuck we're talking about. But
Mhm.
regular people, like my boss, doesn't know who the fuck Tinashe is. I'd love for that. But like, I know that like it's neither here nor there. They obviously know that I recognize names like a Nicki or a Beyonce again, because like,
Mhm.
you know, like there's just more exposure to those artists, but like we have to bridge the gap now. Cause like, you know, because and it's clear like Beyonce is gonna be with us for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
she has at least 40 more records, she's like 40 more years to give us heat. You know what I'm saying? She gets to retire today, and we're still gonna be playing her records for our grandkids. You smell me?
Mhm.
But like, is there any room left on the plate for a Normani? The answer is fuck yes. And Wildside is a great indicator of that. Stoop, an award-winning video. And like,
Mhm.
and in regards to the choreography, like I would say that Tanashi and Normani are here and here in regards to like the dancing. But like all I can say is that I saw a clip of this homeboy who was like working, I think, at a Waffle House, pops out on his break to just do like the wild side choreography, beat for beat, like just as if like he was there at the
Oh,
video shoot. And like I'm
seriously?
just like, I'm gonna send it to you, bro, because it's just like every day I mourn the fact that I didn't take advantage of my mother being a dance teacher when I was a kid because of misogyny. You know what I'm saying? Because of the patriarchy. Because like that could have been
Mhm.
fucking me in my Lowe's uniform, just like doing a full splits with no difficulty. Shit, I could have been I could have been in a boy band. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And so and like because usually songs about fucking make me uncomfortable, and I'm a Susio boy. Cause like, and I'm like, cause it's a very thin line to walk, and like, I just and like and I mentioned earlier, like the 2012 stream, it's like I like someone who's gonna bully me. You know what I'm saying? Like who's like someone who likes me, and they're gonna be like, hey, so like I'm in the driver's seat, you're just along for the ride. Literally in this case, and just like with the Cardi verse, you know, she's so
God.
blunt and she's so funny. I think it's why people
Oh.
love Cardi so much. She's so funny. Just only Cardi B could give us a lyric instead of "It's my money and I want it now." It's my dick and I want it now. Hilarious. This is I can suck a watermelon through a straw. Believe me, ma'am. I believe you. I
I do. I
believe
do.
you.
I do. Like like it's amazing. Like and I mean, and people, and this is coming a year after WAP, and all the commotion
I'm not listening to
that
WAP.
that
I'm not listening to that
yeah,
song for I'm not I'm watching the video for the novelty. Like we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
watch like the reactions and shit. That's gonna
Mhm.
wear off. And like, you know, they're still like, you know, Cardi and Mega still giving y'all bars over a really
Yeah,
interesting and
yeah.
important beat. But just like the 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 just
Mm.
the fanfare interrupts a serious listen. But
Yeah.
like Wild Ride, I'm listening to Wild Ride every day. That's a promise. I'm
Um,
opening my day to that song. I'm closing my day to that song because it's like no, Normani is giving you like she's giving you like rapper flows.
yes.
Baby, I'm waiting on you. It's so cool. It's so neat. Wow. I'm
I
just
mean,
and it's like lyrics that'll make you blush, but it's like this is a siren song, dog. And I'm just like,
true,
it's
true.
cool. It's so cool. I'm just like, It's goodness gracious. I was stop talking. Go ahead.
I a future so whatever music video
This is
director out
exactly the
there.
fucking problem. Look at this. This is exactly the problem.
Yeah,
In the feed for a week, gone forever.
yeah, and and it even had like me. I remember seeing like all those Twitter memes and stuff like that. But even that, once again, only lasts a week, only lasts a week. And hey, to whatever director, a music video director out there, just once again, feel
Fucking
free to rip
sick.
this off. Feel free to rip this off. Normani, future Normani video, just have her as a mermaid. Just do it. It sells itself. It sells itself. It sells itself. But yeah, this. I mean, okay, my relationship with both of these artists, it's weird the evolution they've had to come in, they've gone into here and there, because. And I admitted this like right before we went live. It's like Cardi B,
On
like,
wait.
uh
Yeah, I gotta slander you, dog, because Wild Wild was definitely on the air. Definitely on the air. And
mhm,
as a person who does not listen to the radio, I know it was on the air.
mhm,
But it only goes to show again how quickly we got this song in and out of here. Because V listens to the radio in her car
mhm,
consistently. I'm a witness to this. I don't know
mhm,
anyone under the age of 40 who listens to the radio in their car except for V because she's a real one. So for her to not, oh, you know what though? Does not listen to top 40. So, oh,
okay,
you're
okay,
good. Because I'm
yeah,
thinking, how? Because Normani, if I'm the machine, I'm marketing Normani to black stations, hip hop stations, R&B stations. And so for Wild Ride to get top 40 coverage, it's because of her background with Fifth Harmony and because of Cardi. You know what I'm saying? Cardi,
mhm,
her brand is so important to the machine that she can be in the pop and rap lanes simultaneously at all times.
I
Like
mean,
even I even
it's
remember when
yeah,
Please Me comes out, it's on the hip hop stations, the R&B stations, and the pop stations. So like,
yeah.
and since I brought it up, let me hand the ball back to you. Your relationship with Cardi, please.
Okay, so and I had briefly like kind of admitted this because like okay, so I remember when like Bodak Yellow first comes out. I didn't
Oh yeah,
I didn't listen to that like for like because and okay and this and people flame me in the comments. It's all good. It's all good. But like I remember when I first heard, it's like, oh hey, oh yeah, this lady Cardi B, she has a track called Bodak Yellow. I was like, what the hell, Cardi B? You mean that chick on Loving It, that really loud chick
what
on
was
Loving Hip Hop?
the reason?
Yeah, like she raps now.
Love that meme.
Whatever, whatever,
Look at you,
whatever.
sound like a hater. Damn,
Is like
damn.
okay, because in
Hold
my
around
defense,
today, damn.
because in my defense, and to those who do not know this, you are completely forgiven for not knowing this. She is not the first former. She's not the first former VH1 reality star to jump into rap.
Now. Hold on though. Hold on
Yeah.
though. I
Uh-huh.
know she had tapes. And granted,
Yeah.
I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
have VH1.
Mhm.
But like I didn't know she had tapes. You know what I'm saying? I figure and like forgive me for thinking that people on Love and Hip Hop are pursuing a hip hop career. Because that makes
Yeah.
fucking sense to me. In the same sense that like an Akbar V is like getting press for beef with a Cardi, which we won't talk about here, but like
Yeah.
it like Love and Hip Hop is doing the job that American Idol and The Voice do not do. You get
Yeah.
me? So like
S-
it's the purpose. It's like it's fulfilling its purpose. Even if the records aren't like to one's liking. Am I right?
Yeah, and like I said, she's not. Well,
And this is
I
Pastor Ramadan
mean,
I'm talking to, by the way.
yeah,
This is Pastor
yeah,
Ramadan I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to.
So she wasn't, so because here's the thing, she's not the first. I don't even know if she's the second, person from a VH1 reality show to try and jump into rap. Because I don't know if anyone remembers, there used to be this really, really stupid VH1 reality show called Mob Wives, which was all about, the wives of
For that show?
mobsters. Yeah, I heard about it. I never saw an episode. Never saw an episode because because I don't know. It just seemed stupid. Just seemed stupid to me. But
Seems
whatever.
stressful.
Yeah, but like one of the ladies on that show, she did a track with God, I can't believe it. French Montana, and
Hilarious. I'm not surprised whatsoever.
and if you've
Eh.
heard if you've heard if you've heard her verse, there's a reason why her career with rap like ends there. I mean, granted, once again, getting cosigns from French Montana, maybe not the greatest vote of
I
quality,
mean,
like, but you know what?
stay scheming, I guess.
I've been way too mean right now. I've been way too mean. But so my memories of that was what was kind of just be like, oh, really? Oh wow.
It
Oh, the
colored your
love.
perception. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what? The love in hip hop lady wants to rap now. Ah, whatever. Whatever. Get this out of my face.
Salty.
But
Damn.
it just kept on getting more and more attention.
Good fucking record.
Demi Lovato, like kind of like was rapping
Didn't know they pushed
alongside
it
of
along.
it on on a radio station. And I remember like,
That's
and it was
cute.
the summer. Yeah, it was yeah, she did a wonderful job. And I remember it was like the summer of 2017, and like a young cousin of mine was staying over at my house, and she very Gen Z. She's very Gen Z, so of course, like she hears about this, and it's just like, oh hey, come on, Cardi B, boy, It's like, all right, let me take a listen. All right, I'll take a listen. I'll take a listen. And I was like, and then I listened to it. I'm like, um, yeah, this is good.
Undeniable.
This is actually really good. Like I am so sorry, Cardi. I'm so sorry. And ever since then, my relationship with her has been very much okay. I see the lane you're on. It's all about the part. It's all about the parties. It's all about getting the ladies dancing, and you do it very well. And by all means, we needed a Cardi. We needed a Cardi.
We needed a Cardi.
Because like we are now thankfully in the women in hip hop renaissance. Second,
Thank
I'll say,
fucking God.
what like you could consider it like the third wave of the women in hip hop renaissance. Like like you could argue the second wave was like back in like the mid
Early
to
2010s.
yeah, and all of that. But like, but hey, I remember what it was like. I remember the early to mid 2010s, when it
Same girl
was,
there.
yeah, when it was just, I
Nikki by
mean,
herself. It was already there.
yeah, yeah. And okay, all right. You had all right. So sometimes we gave a love to Azalea, and and once again, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna start talking reckless about Azalea, because
I don't want that smoke.
it's love. It's love. It's love. It's love. It's love. But some folks were not
We know
feeling some of the
we
stuff you
know
were saying.
we know what she said, we know what she did,
You
and
know,
like
it
it is
like
what it is.
yeah, so it was okay. So it's like, okay, so you maybe get an Azalea, and I guess we also got to
You.
acknowledge the other Azalea last name,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Huh.
and
Nah.
that
Nah.
track, so
Hey,
it
hold up.
was,
Hold on. Hey yo, hold
yeah,
up. Did you know that when Jadena put out Classic Man, the people who
uh,
made Fancy almost sued because of
and
just how
it's
the beats sounded similar?
and both of your tracks were rip off. Both of your beats were rip offs, man. Like y'all were trying to like of like DJ Mustard, and even DJ Mustard admits that was taken from like shit, man. It was embarrassing, man.
Listen,
That
it's all
it was
good. It's
embarrassing.
all good. And like, and not for nothing. I'm just glad we still have mustard here because I thought we'd never have mustard back again. And I was a big mustard hater, but then I
Mhm.
realized he's a genius. There are few producers slash DJs who can like take the most just like few ingredients and make an incredible beat. Because I don't
Mhm.
respect Tyga, but that beat for Rack City is perfect. It's like a Bowser theme song from Nintendo. It's nothing short of the most funniest beat I've ever fucking heard in my life. And I
That
feel like such a goon when I hear it. Like I want to put on like my biggest coat, like Kanye West from the I Love It video, and just like put my big mean mug face on. But it's like, is this motherfucker listening to Rack City instrumental? It's perfect. Every great mustard beat makes me want to just like give this man all of my money. He's a goddamn genius.
I
We should
yeah.
let him get in the studio. Like Wild Side by Cardi and Armani reminds me of Needed Me by Rihanna because just how like otherworldly the production is.
Mhm.
I need to find out who produced Wild Side because I don't know who did the beat.
Yeah,
But I
and
interrupted you. I apologize.
it's cool, it's cool. So, but yeah, once again, we needed a Cardi, and it's from and look, and
Without
it's from
question.
the it's from the love of Cardi. It's for the and look, and look, and a lot of these women, a lot of women who ended up blowing up, they were already doing stuff like, but look, I don't think it's a coincidence that's like like after Invasion of Privacy really blows up, then the mainstream is ready to get to show love to a Megan. Then we're like also like, oh yo, hey yo Doja, hey yo Doja, drop some more tracks, and it just keeps going. Okay, yo Flo Milli, hey yo Flo Milli, all right, let's see what you can do. Oh okay, yo Monoleo, you seem cool. You seem cool, yo you drop some stuff. I know
Orilla,
she's not. Yeah,
Slimeroni, Ice
well,
Spice, even.
Tay money, stuff.
No, no, no. Sorry, no. No say money.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I just gave it a shot because like Mona Leo was
You
in one
know
of her
what? You know
videos, but
what? You know what? You know
that's
what?
more of
You
a
know what?
Texas
You
thing.
know what? Hold on.
That's
I'll
more of
say
a
this.
Texas thing.
I would rather have Tay Money now than Iggy Azalea back then.
Yeah, and
But I almost feel as though Iggy Azalea is responsible for a Tay Money.
yeah.
I don't know if like she's in it for the long haul. I don't know if like it's because I have the same problem with the Tay Money that I have with Iggy Azalea, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like at one point, is this just like your southern accent? Or are you co-opting AAVE? You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
I want to
Because
give her the benefit. Yeah, I want to
if
give her
other
the
rap
benefit
girlies
because
can get on your
yeah,
tracks, so be it. But man, because I've only heard one record and it was Asthma Pump, and I'm just like, son, what's
yeah.
happening?
I want to give her the benefit because Texas, and once again, and Mono Leo was in like one of her videos. So I was like,
Like
all right.
Mono Leo's funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And also shout out to Lola. Shout out to Lola Book. Lola Book, who's
I don't.
I mean, Grant, yeah, I think she did the, don't play with it, don't play with it. I just want a roughneck on the planet. So yeah, I really hope Lola blows up. So yeah, I mean, and that's not even mentioning obviously. And okay, all right,
Rico,
obviously, yeah, and
Cupcake.
yeah, okay. And maybe you're not about the clubs like that. All right, okay. So, no name and Rap City and all that stuff. And it's like you need,
1000%.
yeah, and it's like, and I'm glad that there's a
Chica, Tierra Whack.
exact, and I'm glad that there's this lane. And then and Cardi, once again, Cardi, she understands her lane. She
She broke
understands
open the
like her
dam.
lane, and she just keeps on like she keeps on delivering, man. Like, and once again, I took, in mentioning WAP and the really stupid backlash, and from certain cats, and all I'll say,
Hi, Ben.
yeah, all I'll say is, to cats my age, to cats my age who are making I know, Chica, you're right, they're amazing. To cats my age who are making your little videos about how you hate how our little girls are growing up with it. Like, look, I went to elementary school with some of y'all, and I remember some of y'all, singing along to
Blink
Lil Kim and Kai,
182.
to Lil Kim and Kaya. So do not act high and mighty right now. So keep that stuff to yourself, but whatever. But but
Don't snitch on
hearing
yourself, ho.
I mean, but hearing her verse, it's always this constant feeling of like, wow, wow. Tell me how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel, because she never holds it back, man. She's about she's about all
Heck,
that. She's about those intimate moments, and she's not talking about candlelights and dinner.
he's
She's
not talking
about
about
the
that kind of
action,
wax,
man.
my boy.
She's about the action, and she just always delivers. She always delivers, man. And I think I think she's just and she once again she delivers on this, just like, man. And it just once again shows you like, like all that stuff she was talking about on WAP, like, like she lives that
That shit ain't no joke. Do you
yeah
remember? Do you remember
uh-huh.
the remix to Tatiana by Blueface with Cardi? That verse,
Yeah, uh-huh.
bro,
Like, felt I had to take I
bro,
felt like I felt like I had to take a shower after that, man. That is,
down for the count, bro.
yeah. And I think she worked, and it very much works well with Normani, who, my relation. I remember Fifth Harmony. I
It's an
mean,
extended
yeah,
version of this song. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Okay. So my relationship with Fifth Harmony actually goes back way back to 2012, way back to 2012, even before they like dropped their first album, because um yeah, and this is hey, do you guys remember the X Factor, the American version of the X Factor? Yeah, and I only remember that show because I used to work at Target years ago. I love telling these stories. And during my 30-minute break in the break room, for some reason they would only show Fox programs, and it was in one was the X Factor. And I didn't care about the country guy. I didn't care about this other pop lady, but there was this one group called Fifth Harmony, and I remember they did a cover. Yeah, they did a cover of Demi Lovato's "Give Your Heart a Break." This was the season Demi
oh,
Lovato
okay.
was a guest host, and I was like,
Oh
huh.
yeah, oh yeah. I remember that.
I think it's like, huh. I think something's really good. I think something might happen with these. Yeah, and
Something's bubbling.
I didn't give 2 inches about that show. I didn't give 2 inches about that show.
Show
But
sucks.
it's but but lo and behold, a year later, I see a music video with Fifth Harmony. I'm like, yep,
Boss.
it's all coalescing, and it's like, and I think it is the greatest irony. It's the greatest irony that, like,
Missed opportunities with that group. Point blank period.
yeah, the X Factor only lasted like 3 seasons. I think. I
Here,
think,
okay, yeah.
because who cared? Who cares? Whereas, like, The Voice is now on its 12th season, its 11th season, or something like that. But
Again,
yeah,
awful.
once again, this is not me co-signing these shows, to anyone. I couldn't give 2 inches about any of this stuff. But say what you want about the X Factor, like, okay, well, technically one, because there is unfortunately the industry issues with Normani right now, but one of the biggest pop stars, like, in the country right now, came from that show. And I don't like that person, but she came from that
Same.
show. And it's like, funny how it all works out, ain't it? Ain't it?
Yep.
But even back in the day, it was like, of kind of like catching a glimpse of a Fifth Harmony video. It's like my attention, it was, I always felt that Normani was like the true star, but you know, but hey, you know how they do, black women, especially dark skinned black women. So
Mm.
she unfortunately gets the bad end of the stick and
It's
everything.
not fair, if you catch my drift.
Indeed. But but I'm glad that in spite of all the stuff that has been thrown at her, she continues to still put out great out stuff. Motivation. When
She's three for
motivation
three.
came, yeah,
Three for three.
when motivation came out, I was like, hey, this
It's
should
something
this is
new.
yeah, this is a hit. This is a hit. And her track with Megan Thee Stallion for
That's
this song.
right. Yeah, for Birds of
Yeah, so
Prey. I forgot about that song.
and
Ah,
I remember I called, I said this might be the first like really great song of the decade, man, because it came out like really in the first few weeks of 2020. I was like, and in a better world, and had 2020, not turned into 2020, I really,
mhm.
I really felt that that song would have gotten way, would have been looked at as the like club banger as it was. So, and I say all this because Normani, she delivers, man. She delivers, and she delivers here. There's a sultry. She delivers the sultriness that so far removed from the kind of innocence of the very of how I was first introduced to Fifth Harmony. Because once again, because Fifth Harmony, when they were on the X Factor and those first few singles before Boss, very very on the kind of like cheap, innocent girl groups.
Girl
Oh,
power. Yeah,
let's
like that's
yeah
why
yeah
girl. That record's hard.
yeah, and let's hold hand with boys stuff, so far removed from those,
Yeah,
days.
even and
And
I feel like
she's Mhm.
I feel like we joked about like we need the Ty Dolla Sign that's not gonna do a song on Fifth Harmony because work. I feel like I'm not compelled by this as charming as like oh like when you come home from work I'm gonna give you that work cool great oh instead of going to work if you stay home I'm gonna give you that work cool great but just like having to hear that song at work and just how like repetitive in a way that's not fun. Because, like, if anything, Work by Fifth Harmony is ripping off You're a Jerk by the New Boys. And, like, one is more compelling than the other. And I'm like, what are y'all doing with it? What are y'all doing? Like, it's embarrassing.
I have
It's
I have no idea how you survived that. I would not, I wouldn't, had I been in the same situation, I probably would have gone insane. Yeah,
I'm numb. I'll say that. I'm just like, I'm numbed over.
you know but
Numb.
I is but don't you find it frustrating that her fellow Fifth Harmony contemporary is like, she's now like on what, her second, third album, and I like, I
Let me
would
take a
have,
quick
I would
look.
have to actually care to really know, but but like, don't you find it annoying that like that, well, that's contemporary is like on that, and has, is like got to be Cinderella and stuff like that, and it's not that Normani isn't getting love, it's just like other, like it's just we still don't have that album, yeah, and we still
The
don't have her
first
that
fucking album.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh,
I said that like Normani has like three records and like the other artist has three full lengths and
three
it's
full length albums.
for three at least three and like the most recent one is like the most recent one actually like gave folks a decent record but it's like I was having an argument with my housemate about like the remake of Cinderella with Billy Porter and how
Yeah,
like the clip of like him talking about his co-host was just him being polite because he knows how the public feels about Shorty. And like my housemate was like, yo, like not everyone is hip to like the disdain that everyone has for homegirl. And I'm like, but
Mhm.
they are. That's the basis of her brand, you know? And she has to know. And like it is like and like when you're in a position like that artist, all you have to do is give like a half-assed apology, and that's all you have to do. I think about Sabrina Claudio, R&B singer, similar heritage to the artist we will not name, had a
Mhm.
whole hate Twitter about black women. Like, I hate black women, snitched on herself, and like she's still out here getting to the bag, but like the record that I liked from her, I don't listen to it anymore because I'm just like, I don't think you still get to be a public figure in a black genre just because you said sorry. My thing is personally, if you do some bad shit, and not like unforgivable sin, but like just some bad shit in general, you gotta remind people every year that you did it. And then like, like put out something substantial to the community that you've harmed for the rest of your fucking career. You know what I'm
I
saying? Like, yeah,
and
but
I've yeah, and
I feel like I feel like
I I mean, I feel like I would have been. I'm be willing to look past. Well, not maybe not look past, but just not like delve think about it
forgive.
as much as I do. Yes, if like her Normani, a contemporary, was given as much grace in the industry, because I think it's frustrating that such a talented person like her.
Young artist, mind you,
Yeah,
prime time of her career,
yeah,
slower than a snail's pace.
exactly. Exactly. Yes, we had motivation, we had, we had diamonds with Megan Thee Stallion, we had all this stuff. And okay, I get it. I get it. Maybe people don't consume albums the way they used. People don't consume
Bull
albums
fucking
the way they
shit.
used to.
Bullshit.
But
She's a pop star. Bullshit.
but
Beyonce is the
it's
biggest pop
just
star of all time. Bullshit.
okay. True. It's just I don't know, why isn't it that we don't, other than really well done videos, really well done videos where she delivers. It's like, why is it that we don't have anything to show, man? We don't have anything like physically to show that, hey, yo, and like not just in the R&B world, but in the pop world, you know, this lady's it, man. I hope the tides turn. I hope things change, because I mean, at least she gets like co-signs here and there. Once again, shout Megan, Cardi, her cameo in the Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar video. You know,
Oh, she was in that video, wasn't she?
yeah.
Sick.
She's in the limo. She's in the limo with
Oh,
Keem.
that was
She's in the limo
her.
with
Oh, that's
Keem. Yeah.
fucking
That's
hilarious.
her. You know, and
Amazing, brother.
indeed, these top uses. But yeah, and shout out to the PG Lane gang. Y'all are going to make history, and Kendrick, your performance on SNL last night was absolutely phenomenal. Like, I really wish you performed United in Grief though, but whatever, it's all good.
We
It's
know
all
what
good.
it is. Don't do that.
You know, it's uh, but uh, but
Let's wrap it up.
but yeah, yeah. But lovely song by Normani, and hey, to her team. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, but to her team, please put out that album already, please. Give the
Stop
people some,
bullshitting.
give the people something.
Y'all are
To the
fucking
late,
bullshitting.
to the label. Come on, put out the album already. Come on, put it out, put
Do
it
I
out. We
need to make a
can't.
call to Sam Smith, get them on the phone, see what they can do
Yeah,
for us? Jesus
we
Christ.
can't survive off Spotify streams for the rest of our lives, man. Come on, we need something tangible, but
Yo, speaking of Spotify streams, so go stream some Subtle Smile songs. You know what I mean?
indeed. But yes, I'm thankful for this conversation we got to have. I'm thankful for for all that we've done, and I'm thankful to continue to push to you guys about 2021 and the continued quality of that year, and how and how once again there's all this talk about how you stop seeking new music once you reach a certain age, and we are both past that certain age. And I think I mean, and we still have more to go, but I think in this conversation, you know, the passion that we still kind of have for the music, whether it be, kind of the out there indie underground stuff that I'm doing, or, of course, showing love to the much more, to some much more mainstream stuff. Like, we're showing that even at the age that we're at right now, there's still that kind of passion we had for for music and its power. And I truly, truly hope that same passion can continue on in later years, and I continue to be thankful for these wonderful conversations that this man invites me towards, and once again, hey, he also does lovely videos, lovely other videos, and shout out to the Cato and Canard podcast. Shout out to Michael Friedman. I definitely think I bring a way different energy than what Michael does, but that's how it is. That's a complete compliment to that man, and but once again, I remain grateful. I mean, grateful for what we for these conversations we've been able to have with you guys, and I hope you guys have been as enlightened, as entertained as we have in being able to have this. And thank you, thank you guys, seriously. And hey, it's October. It's October now. This year has passed by so very fast, and spooky time. Keep safe. Keep it safe, y'all. Keep it safe, y'all. And I look forward to picking this up again. As we're still living our lives and everything.
First of all, thank you. A huge thank you to my friend V from Subtle Smile. We've spoken on my channel twice. You can follow V on YouTube. I'm gonna make sure to, like, when I put the stream up on YouTube, when the stream's over, I'm gonna drop a comment with V's URL. Please just subscribe, click the bell, like that shit. Seriously, really helps. Leave a comment, something nice. You know what I'm saying? Get these likes up. Buy some art. Buy a shirt, buy a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we only talked about 5 fucking songs, y'all, and we're on the live counters at 1 hour and 42 minutes. We do this shit. Come fuck with the boys. You know what I'm saying? You'll find the Spotify version of the playlist in the description. You'll find the YouTube version of the playlist in the doobly doo. I have mutual aid for one of my favorite people on TikTok. She's 24 and she's about to get her master's degree, but she's short $6,000. So if you have 6 fucking cents, pop it in her Cash App. The school won't let her get the degree if she's short that money. And she can't do her full-time job. She wants to be a social worker, and like, her content on TikTok is really insightful. And I hate that her collegiate institution is trying to block her back. Fucking hate it. It makes me so angry. So, like, if that's important to you, you can find her on TikTok. I'll even put that up too if you want. Also, happy birthday to my friend Shelly. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to my sister Angelique. It's her birthday today. You're my best friend. Love you so much. Like I always say, hold on, let me get a prop real quick.
I have to. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, like I say, every freaking time we do one of these streams, first things first, stay hydrated, drink more water.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi doesn't have clean water. Flint, Michigan doesn't have clean water. Get the word up. Get mad. Get outraged. When people are angry, the government gets scared. Make them scared of you. They work for you. You pay your taxes, and if you don't, you live in this land. You deserve rights. Know your rights.
Mhm.
Like respect the rights of others. Know your own rights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you stay hydrated. When you leave your home, there are some people in this world who have never gotten COVID, and like that's freaking awesome. I'm happy for you. However, at the same time, when you leave your house, put this shit on like
Yeah.
this. Wear it like this. Not like this. Not like this. Not like this. Like this. And hey, since Aelor was kind enough to like show what when he's rocking when he leaves the crib, when you have those medical johns, wear two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't got those KN95s, which are kind of fucking expensive, I understand. Wear two medicals. If you're going one of these cloth johns, these by themselves, fucking useless. One of these, one medical. Great combination if like you're not getting like that high quality bullshit.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
I now make enough where I can buy that 60 package, that 60 mask box of KN95s. Now I can afford it. But like it's almost year 3 of this shit. And we probably have 7 more years to go. Worst case scenario. Please be fucking safe when you move out in the world, babe. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. Uh, who gives a fuck how it happened? We're here. If we're in this moment, like if you're not gonna get your shots, please wear your fucking face protection. If not for you, if not for your friends, if not for your family, for strangers who might be sicker than you, for those who might be immunocompromised. Be a decent fucking human being, babe. It doesn't take much. If you don't want to do any of that shit, stay that ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to disrupt the economy, babe. You know what I'm saying? If enough people stop paying their taxes, they gotta do something. They gotta listen to our demands, babe. This is the shit that really keeps me up at night. I'm not gonna do a tangent like I did last time. This isn't gonna be a 2.5 hour stream this time. But like,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that I bring that up because that shit is significant. We can't pretend. Sometimes I fucking forget that it's a pandemic. Don't be like me. Never forget.
Yeah.
Never contrary
to what our current president said, I do not consider the pandemic over when hundreds and thousands of people are still dying, in a day. I do not consider the pandemic over. I understand what the president was saying, but I'm sorry, I cannot co-sign that.
Babe, I don't care if Fauci retired. We still have to go to work. So protect yourself in the goddamn workplace. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself in the CVS, the grocery store, the Lowe's. Protect your fucking self, please. You know what I'm saying? If one thing else you can do for me, tomorrow morning when you wake up, you brush your teeth, you floss. You know what I'm saying? Taking a shower, wipe your face off, putting on some deodorant. Look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I love you to yourself. Show yourself some love. If you can't do that, I understand. Please know that myself and Aelor, we love you. Platonically, of course. We're here to support you. You're here for a reason, babe. Like, I don't know if you believe in fate or any of that other bullshit, but like, you gotta, like, there's something here for you, babe. You know, I can't wait for you to find it. I'm still looking for that shit right now. The fuck? It's brutal. That's what we're talking about, these goddamn records. You know what I'm saying? And let me say what I say every time I link up with this boy. When my man gets that fucking degree, and he's a motherfucking Hollywood, Tyler Perry, Jordan Peele, watch out for this man. He's a bad motherfucker.
Many thanks.
He's the one. He's the one. I'm trying to be in this man's movie. The fuck? Like,
yo,
you wait till you get a load of my boy. Okay, we are here. We are queer, and we're ready to fucking party. We're here to make art. We're here to talk about art. That's the shit that matters.
By all means, the collaboration does not end here, man. The collaboration does not end here at all.
No idea what's in the fucking tank, babe. That's what I'm saying. One more serious thing, and then we'll get out of here. I just want to keep saying her name until something is seriously done. Y'all already know this podcast is in full support of the protest happening in Iran. Rest in peace to Mahsa Amini. She was born in July 22nd, 2000. 22 years old. I have friends her age, and I don't want to get too sad. Like to make things kind of silly, I was watching Interstellar. I bought the movie because a friend was like, you have to see this. And like, I'm almost an hour and a half into this movie. I had to stop it because it was fucking me up. like I said earlier in the episode, I'm very like emotionally numbed over. That fucking movie is fucking with me. And if a movie that's not even real is bringing me to tears and shit, making me like overthink my life and stuff like that, imagine if somebody you knew in your class got taken away by the morality police because they didn't like the way your job looked. Oh, I can see your hair. You're going to jail for an hour. Babe, what? Nah. The marginalized communities in this world deserve better. Black lives matter. Queer lives matter. Protect trans lives. All cops are bastards.
Free
That's
Palestine.
these are free Palestine, babe. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like support Puerto Rico, like free Hawaii, um, like Florida, we love you, we see you.
yeah,
Breaks my
yeah,
heart,
I
and
got.
like
Hmm.
I man, like I can't swim, so like that shit is fucking scary to me, dog. I live next to a body of water. I live in fucking Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Like recycle, like if like if ever you are discouraged, just like look around. There's a way you can just like like talk to your fucking neighbors. I don't know, like there's a litany of things that you can do to like stay encouraged and stay inspired. Like be not discouraged. Like we're all in it. Like most of us are in this shit together, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like they are terrified of what's gonna happen, and when we link up and we're on each other's
Hmm.
side. So, with that in mind, it is 1 in the morning, October 3rd, 2022. V said it better than I could. Live the dream. Have good dreams tonight. Don't stay up too
Thank you,
late.
V.
I thank you, V, so much. I might go play some more Assassin's Creed after this. I don't know. Aelor, like again, it's an honor and a pleasure. Let's shoot for a mid-October release, hopefully earlier in the day, because we have 8 songs to get through, and if it almost took us 2 hours to get through these five.
Oh,
Dinger.
jeez,
I see you
yeah,
holding Persepolis. Like, let's give some love to
yes.
Persepolis because that shit is so
Which
good.
which
Takes
one
place in
and
the
once
same area.
and yeah, yeah, and once and Majan Satrapi, both the author of this book as well as the co-director, co-writer, and director of its wonderful film
Such a good
adaptation,
movie.
which I give a shout out to. Let's she has voiced her support
Oh,
for
good.
what's going on in Iran, and it just goes to show that, hey,
Agreed.
these battles that the people are fighting there right now, they've been fighting for so long, and it's I mean, I'm
And for the
glad.
Kurdish community,
Yeah, if I'm thankful that
it's
if
so
ever.
good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really, it really, I really, the book is the book. It's lovely. It's wonderful in its own right. It's a bit more in depth than the movie, as you would expect. But like, really, if you love the movie, you'll love the book. You love the book. Shout out to my old high school library, which in this unfortunately in this era when it's now become normalized for schools to ban books and take crap out of shelves. I mean, granted, I'm not in contact with my old high school, obviously, but I gotta show some love that back in the day, my school saw a book like this and said, hey, nah, the kids need to be reading stuff like this. So, shout out to my old high school for that. You know, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I do not mess with that. I don't mess with any of these cats talking about like critical. We need to ban critical race theory, and
We
I
support
say
CRT in this
yeah, yeah,
podcast.
we do. We absolutely support. I say hell yeah to CRT. Hell yeah to critical race theory. That and let's be honest. Let's be honest. What they consider critical race theory is really just acknowledging that white supremacy exists. And sounds like a. And if you have a problem with that, that sounds like a you problem. Don't put that. Don't put that on our schools. Don't put that on me. Don't. Don't. And you know and don't be going around talking about talking about like how much you're mad at Lizzo for playing a flute, or Haley
She should have
Bailey
broke that fucking shit.
for playing Ariel, man. I'll go cry somewhere else with that stuff, man.
So
Whatever.
excited for
Well,
that movie. So
yeah.
just like I didn't like hear the clip until recently.
Uh-huh.
Lizzo's so great. She's so much
She's amazing.
fun, and
She's amazing.
I'm so inspired. But like, she used to live in her fucking car, and look where
Yo,
she is now. You know what I'm saying? Just like selling out shows, winning Emmys, bruh. I'm telling you right now, Lizzo's gonna win a fucking Tony, and
yeah.
then she's gonna
Lizzo's
win a
gonna be an
fucking
EGOT.
Oscar. She's
Yeah,
gonna be a
she's gonna be an
fucking
EGOT.
EGOT, and I'm going to scream and shout like Will I Am when that shit happens. I remember when Tyler won his first Moon Man like a decade ago, and I was losing my fucking shit then. Bro, I'm gonna fucking
Beautiful
cry
time.
when Lizzo becomes an EGOT, bro. I'm
Yeah.
gonna lose my
Eh,
goddamn mind. If there are times when I feel like, oh, and I'm down, I'm depressed, and it's like, what the fuck is the point of living, bro? Lizzo hasn't won her Oscar yet.
Shit.
I want to be in the room when Lizzo wins her fucking Oscar. Because like a win
Yeah.
for people like Lizzo, a win for you, a win for V, a win for me, it's a win for us all. A rising tide raises all ships. And bitch, I better get my boating license because like
Yeah. Yeah.
the Earth is gonna look like that motherfucking planet from Interstellar. If you know, you know.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah. Oh yeah, all I'm gonna
before
say, Prince co-signed Lizzo. Any of y'all crying over a flute, your opinions do not mean jack to me.
period,
Prince co-signed Lizzo, and Prince was never an easy person to get a
he didn't like
co-sign from.
anybody.
Yeah, like
He liked Janelle Monáe, so
that's so yeah that's what I'm going to say about that.
that's that on that.
But but once again, thank you guys, and I know there's a lot of there's a lot of negative stuff going on in the world, but and I know
Put on
we
your
have to deal with
favorite
our
song.
yeah, yeah,
Put on your favorite
exactly.
song.
But
We'll
I'm
hopefully
thankful
see
for
y'all
this.
very soon. You can find us on
Mhm.
You can find us on Twitter. I'm KRISKENARD. ALOR can be found at ARCENTEL.
Mhm.
Um, I think that's it for now. Like until then, like Godspeed. We sincerely appreciate every single one of you hearing this now, or will be hearing this in the future. ALOR, say goodbye to the people out there.
Goodbye, but not farewell.
Well said.